Turning to weather now with this live look outside our Snug Harbor Tower camera there in Grand Haven. We'll see a little bit of snow this weekend, but all of our eyes are on the potential snow for next week. We're here with Chief Meteorologist George Lessons. And George, when can we expect this?
The light snow, of course, this weekend, but we still have a better idea of the timeline for next week's series of storms coming through. But let's focus on the current weather here in West Michigan. Yes, another cloudy day. It's been very cloudy this month. We had a bit of sunshine here and there, not enough to melt any of the snow. That's still just barely covering the grass up in Big Rapids. Overcast day, we're not going to see a whole lot of sun the next 7 to 10 days. Sorry to bust your bubble, but we're watching a couple of storm systems. The big one is going to be heading up into the New England states, and that's going to provide a lot of snow for the Appalachians into New England. We got a little minor system coming out of Oklahoma that will give us our light snow later on this week, and it's all going to be very light. You can see where the impact of that East Coast storm will be, all the way from just north of Atlanta all the way up to New York City and west of Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia. Just some minor advisories back to the west of us, so we're not expecting anything strong this weekend. You can see where the moderate travel impacts will be. For Pennsylvania, New York will have limited just because of the light snow. And just take note of the color palette there from extreme all the way down to limited. You'll see that coming up on our 10-day forecast. Outside right now, we're in the low and mid 30s inland, a little bit warmer at the lakeshore and south of town. There is a little bit of sunshine, and temperatures, as expected, are a little bit warmer today by about 4 to 5 degrees. We'll break down the timeline of all of the storms that'll be affecting West Michigan, not only this weekend, but next weekend a little bit later on. Well, up to this point, we haven't had much, if any, snowfall, and temperatures have been quite a bit milder. Over the weekend, there will be very little change to that. It is next week we finally start to see some impactful winter weather. 13 weather ball is blinking bright. We have a little light weekend snow in sight. Not a lot. You can handle that. It's also green. No change to the 30s foreseen.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by LaFontaine Ford Grand Rapids.
Lots of clouds today. There were a few breaks off to the south and east for a few hours this afternoon, but we're watching a couple of systems down to our south. The big one providing a lot of rain across much of Mississippi right now. That's going to be heading up to the eastern seaboard. A lot of snow expected to our east. This little minor one coming out from the southwest out of Oklahoma. It's going to bring us our little bit of light snow. There it is right there, and that will be moving into West Michigan. The back edge of that storm system on the east coast is what's going to bring us a little bit of light snow here on Saturday, and then that trailing system will keep it going during the morning on Sunday before it all comes to an end. You can handle that, not much going on. Next weather system is taking shape off to our west. Here it is. This is the one that's coming in from the west coast. That's going to bring some snow, and to the southeast of us, some rain. This model run has not changed in the last 2 days. That rain snow line is right in through here. There is still a possibility it could go northwest or southeast, but right now for at least the last 48 hours, this rain snow line has been right here. So snow here, rain to the southeast before it goes all back over to snow, and then we get a little bit of a break on Thursday before some lake effect snow then kicks on in. That'll be over the weekend. Another system coming up from the south late in the weekend, early next week, also brings more accumulating snow, and that's not the last one. There is more as we head into the holiday on Monday. So what kind of snow are we talking about over the weekend? Not a lot, maybe a half an inch up to an inch at the very most. We reset the clock. This is the snow that comes in late Monday night into Thursday morning. This is a good 5 to 6 inches worth of snow. Of course, with that rain snow line, could go either way. You notice Detroit only has 1 inch. That is mostly rain with some snow. And then that following system coming in at the end of the week with some lake effect is going to increase our snowfall totals all the way up to around 10 to 11 inches. It won't accumulate that, but we will certainly see that much fall with enough to shovel and plow. Cold air off to our west. We have high chances that it will be colder than average. To the west of us, we have an equal chance of above or below because the warm temperatures will be along the eastern seaboard. But just about everyone will see higher chances for more precipitation during that 5-day period. You can see that at the end of our 10-day forecast coming up. Cloudy skies overnight, no precip, upper 20s to near 30. Northern zone, you'll drop into the upper 20s under cloudy skies, light southwest breeze. Here in the greater Grand Rapids area, just an overcast and quiet night. Overnight lows are right around 28. 13 on your side forecast. Top of the show, we said pay attention to those impact bars. We have a moderate impact for winter weather on Tuesday, major on Wednesday because there's going to be a wind component with that. A little bit less on Thursday, but then ramping up again on Friday. Over next weekend, lots of lake effect snow showers, temperatures below freezing. So what we end up with those two system snows is likely going to stick around for quite some time. So winter weather enthusiasts rejoice.
Yeah, about time. We've been talking about how we've been waiting for it for so long, and it's finally here.
I just don't want to drive in it.
No, I'm not looking forward to that, and we'll keep an eye on any heavy downfall or ice that could impact it and ahead of that storm. Thanks so much, George. George, I'm just excited to change up what I say when I'm tossing to weather with you. Just, no, we're not just waiting on snow. We can finally expect it soon.
Yeah. So what's happening today? No snow.
No snow.
I think we've been in this conversation since Thanksgiving.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's been a warm and relatively dry season so far, but snow lovers rejoice. We've got snow and winter coming next week. Just a little taste of that this weekend. 13 weather ball is blinking bright. Little light snow this weekend in sight. It's also green. No change to the above freezing 30s foreseen.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by LaFontaine Ford Grand Rapids.
And again, a cloudy night to walk the dog. This is Skittles and Whisper. Looking good there. Yeah, I like to be laying on the couch there too. Green paw for Glenn and Jen this evening. Temperatures fairly comfortable, not a lot of wind. Dropping though down a little bit below freezing, but for your morning jaunt, still a green paw for the dogs. Ski conditions around the area. Gettysburg not opening quite soon, but areas up to the north are going to be opening soon. Some of them tomorrow around Marquette Mountain, Mount Ripley. Also, Mulligan's Hollow opening a little bit later on. No word from Ski Bittersweet yet, and opening for snow sports a little later on once we get some snow here in West Michigan. That's your ski report up to the minute. Lots of clouds across the area, and it's going to remain cloudy for the next 10 days. They didn't see any sunshine in the upcoming forecast. Very quiet right now. No weather systems here in the Great Lakes region. Our snow for the weekend will be coming from two systems. One that's going up the eastern seaboard. That's the little bit of light snow you see here tomorrow morning into tomorrow evening. A little minor system coming in behind that will bring us some light snow and a couple of raindrops at the lakeshore very early on Sunday before that moves on out. Then we're going to watch the system that is yet to come on the west coast that's already crossing the Midwest. This is a Monday night at 7 p.m. This is a Tuesday night at 7 p.m. This rain snow line has not budged in the last 48 hours. Confidence building that there'll be rain to the southeast, snow to the northwest. This still could vary a little bit, so stay tuned to later forecasts. That will move on out during the day Wednesday. We got a little bit of a break. Then Thursday afternoon into Friday, we'll see more lake effect snow. And then next weekend, we have more snow coming on in. That's going to last through the holiday. We've got quite a bit of snow coming after a little bit of light snow this weekend. Maybe 3/4 of an inch will fall. This is the snow coming in for Monday night through Thursday. A good 6+ inches expected here in West Michigan, and then the following storm system coming through with another round of 4 to 5 inches worth of snow. So all told, some areas could see up to a foot of snow, especially from Grand Rapids off to the south and east. Looking farther ahead from the 13th through the 19th, we're finally going to see high chances for colder temperatures, which at that time right around 31, and still high chances for more precipitation during that 7-day period, taking us into mid-January. But tonight, cloudy and cool, upper 20s to near 30. Very quiet weather. Quiet weather up north, low upper 20s to near 30, and from Grand Rapids southward, again, right around 28 or so with a light east wind. 13 on your side forecast. Next week, we have several systems coming through, mostly snow with rain off to the southeast on a Tuesday. Major weather impacts on Wednesday. That's the red bar there. Most of the snow and wind will be in the early part of the day. Some light snow on Thursday, so a lower impact, but we ramp up those impact bars again for Friday and Saturday with lake effect snow, and that will linger on into the holiday on Monday. So again, winter weather is on the way.
You know what, George? I'm looking at Sunday there. We've got some rain droplets and snow droplet or snowflake icons there. Are we going to be worried about ice on Sunday?
No, it'll all be above freezing when the snow falls.
That's good to hear. Thanks so much, George. Meteorologist George Lessons outside on the weather deck, the chief meteorologist George Lessons, and he's chief tonight too because he's tracking that snow that we're getting this weekend, but also next week, right?
That just means I've been around a long time. Yeah, we're tracking that snow. Really no change into the timeline that we established here yesterday. A little light snow this weekend, but you'll be able to handle that. 13 weather ball tonight is blinking bright. Little light snow over the weekend into early Sunday in sight. It's also green. No change to the above freezing 30s foreseen.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by LaFontaine Ford Grand Rapids.
Another day above freezing. We made 33 so far here in Grand Rapids. That was as of about an hour ago. We could still make our forecast high of 34, but right now it's just a check mark. We have come within our target range the last 4 days in a row. Lots of clouds around the region. We're going to stick with the cloud cover for the next several days. Over the weekend, we're tracking two systems. The major one is this one down along the Gulf Coast that's heading up into the New England states with a lot of snow. This minor one will come on out. We'll see a little bit lingering precip on Saturday night and into Sunday. Where is our next week's storm coming from? It's up here just in the southeast Gulf of Alaska. That's going to take it down into northern California and then toward the Great Lakes region. That is what is going to bring our snow. So let's talk about snow this weekend. Not a lot. We're looking at maybe 3/4 of an inch at the very most. A lot of this will be melting as it falls through the middle of the day on Sunday. Then we get a break all the way into Monday night. This is Monday night at 11. This is the snow that we saw over the weekend. So when you go through Tuesday morning, by the time you wake up, already 1 inch to 1.5 inches on the ground. By the time we get through the day on Tuesday, already 3 to 4, maybe even 5 inches of snow will have fallen. So this is going to be a tough day on a Tuesday, and then more Tuesday night through Wednesday morning. Winds are going to pick up on Wednesday, so actually the worst travel day might actually be during the day on Wednesday. Then we get a bit of a break before some lake effect snow comes on in. We get another inch or two on top of that. That's going to last all the way through Friday into Saturday as well as a system comes on through from the south. So by the time this is all said and done, through next Sunday or Monday, there could be spots where there's up to 1 foot of snow on the ground. Not all of this will accumulate, but most of it will, so it'll be enough to shovel and plow and enjoy if you do enjoy the outdoor winter sports. Looking farther ahead for the end of January, cold temperatures in the southeast, warm in the west. Looks like our temperatures may recover during that 2-week period, closer to our average high of 31, but before that, it's definitely going to be cold. Spots where it's going to be wet out here in Oregon, Northern California, in the southeast and in the deep south. Forecast then for tomorrow, a little bit of light snow, nothing that you can't handle, low in mid-30s, so what does fall likely will melt despite that 3/4 of an inch falling. Low in mid-30s, a little bit better chance that you'll see a little bit of accumulation north. Winds will turn around to the east, and a little light snow here in the greater Grand Rapids area. Just take it easy out on the area roads. Damp to maybe a slick spot, mid-30s for highs. 13 on your side forecast. You saw the impact travel graphic. So we've got moderate impacts on Tuesday, going up to maybe major on Wednesday as the snow and the wind kick in. A little bit lighter impacts on Thursday, and then we ramp that up again on Friday and Saturday with that lake effect snow and accumulation. And temperatures may actually stay below freezing for highs next weekend into the holiday the following Monday.